Hello everyone, today we're going to be playing some more MTG Arena. For myself, a bit of a historic deck. It's actually doing pretty well. Well, it's mostly a version of an arena, an old standard deck I had back when Ixalan was still on standard. I've also enabled song request, although it's limited to a specific playlist to try and minimize potential copyright issues, at least until I can, keep for until I figure out a good way to set up where at least my vocal audio doesn't just disappear if Twitch needs to mute the VOD, for instance. And so if I need to trim something out of the VOD on YouTube, I can just mute that section, overlay a clean audio track, and the only thing missing from the experience will be the music for that particular section. So let me just get the other DJ going, and you can use exclamation point songs, using all the usual all Nightbot stuff. We're going to also want to use exclamation point in songs playlist to get a link to the playlist, so you know what you can and can't request. Which I've got like the entire catalog of like mainline Danganronpa music, plus the Roll for Fantasy stuff that I was using for the AI dungeon stream. Anyway, whoops. Apparently desktop audio was muted for some reason. Now the music should be audible. Let's just get right into it. So the deck is called Blood and Money, after the song by the Orion Experience. Although ironically, thematically, it's more in line with the exact kind of shit that song is against. Because the theme is, so like, there's using overwhelming life gain. You need to just be able to overpower your enemies while also having a bunch of tokens. So you've got a Johnny's Welcome, and Soul Worm for life gain, and Legion's Landing for early token generation and later game token generation. Speaker of the Heavens, so that once I get enough life, I can just pump out angels. The Ozolith lets me sacrifice these creatures with +1/+1 counters on them while I have Basra's Lieutenant. Keep the +1/+1 counter there and give it to the new Knight. Witch's Oven is a sack outlet. Heartless Axe is just good removal. Priest of Forgotten and Gods, sack outlet plus is a forced sacrifice for my opponent. Basri, mostly here for his emblem, because then I can just, as long as they survive to my combat phase, the knights I get from sacrificing creatures always have 8. I have a +1/+1 counter on them, which is Vengeance, because I've seen a lot of, especially like goblins and goblin and elf tribal decks. Procession to increase these token output. Bastard's Lieutenants, I've mentioned before, allow me to sacrifice these creatures with +1/+1 counters on them and get a knight. I've got 2 of them out. I effectively get 2 creatures for sacrificing 1. And so as long as I can give one of those knights a +1/+1 counter for each time, I can just continue making more knights out of 1 knight. Well, or at least 1 creature. Conclave Tribunal, just plain good in token stacks. One to the Dusk Rose, very good token producer for this deck. As well as just a big threat when things get going. Case of Karlov helps stuff like the Bastard's Lieutenant combo will get going. Helm of the Host. There's combos of a lot of stuff. For instance, Bastard's Lieutenant, I can use it to make more Bastard's Lieutenants and get more of that EDB +1/+1 counter. But also pairs it especially well with Angel Sanctions, because then I keep making, as long as I can keep making more Angel Sanctions, I can keep exiling more of my opponent's shit. Witch of Remorse is one of the 3 curve toppers. She's mostly to recur, for instance, Elinda, because as long as I've got and then force sacrifice is for my opponent, because as long as she's got I've got to either or Essence Warden or Johnny's Welcome out, as long as she survives my instep, I'm getting at least 1 trigger off of her. So once she enters the battlefield, my opponent is most likely going to sacrifice a creature, and I'm going to get 1 back from my graveyard or to my hand. My Chaos is more her ability to spread out my +1/+1 counters to everybody. Castle Ardenvale, good, reliable, good, reliable. Oh, mid to late game token generation. Castle Lochtwain, and it is just here to draw me cards when I need it. And Godless Shrine and Isolated Chapel, of course, are to help with my mana. So it's currently still in Platinum, because as after last season I did drop out of Mythic. But let's see if I can get closer to Mythic. So like I said, this deck has been doing decently well. First things first, gotta wait for game to finish lagging. We've got Endless Shrine, Lochtwain, and Swamp, Chaos, which is Oven, Tribunal, which seems like a decent hand to start the night off on, and playing Goblins. Right, Swamp, Witch's Oven, see, this is where that which is vengeance, comes into it. Because once I get that, I can just wipe their board, leaving mine completely intact. Ow. Right, planes. My K is for 2. I'm also just gonna maybe use him to be able to get a cheaper or mana cost on my conclave tribunal. Unfortunately, he did not survive, so instead, I'm just gonna hardcast Conclave Tribunal, get rid of that Goblin Chieftain, to lower their damage output a little. Yeah, this is not a great start to the night. Yeah, I've got nothing at this point. Let's try again, and hopefully I won't just get aggressively beat down this time. At least I banned Field of the Dead today. So at least I don't have to deal with that. Right. Speaker, Ozoleth, Tribunal, Heartless Act. Yeah, definitely a decent hand. Already, the other DJ has picked a song way more dramatic than the current situation and really requires. Right. Planes, speaker, and hope they aren't playing red, because they're probably gonna kill it immediately. I mean, they played absolutely nothing on their turn, so down to Sarah Ascendant. Just gonna take that out real quick. And Penguin for 1. They've got Swamp and the Johnny's Pride Mate. Castle Ardenvale. Let's just get rid of that before there can be a problem. And here's Vito. Ozolith, and Legion's Landing. Whereas if they've got Exquisite Blood anywhere in their deck, I'm potentially in big trouble. As, well, they are only one land away from getting that combo off. Not if I don't kill Vito somehow. No, soon. They're eyeing my enchantments, and as an artifact, it's never a good sign. Give all their creatures lifelink. I'm just gonna use Castle Ardenvale, and they just give up. I can tell this is gonna be an ongoing theme of, since, you know, just shuffles the playlist. I can tell there's, you know, I'm gonna have a lot of songs way more dramatic than I really need. And mulligan that since I only have one land. Keep this. Plains, Speaker of the Heavens. Playing some sort of draw combo, aren't they? Blue and white at least. Ozolith. Good thing I baited that out. That stopped it from I'm carrying something more important. Thinking real hard about something. Destroy the Priest of Forgotten Gods. With a feeling it's gonna get countered. Because they do still have all their mana up. Probably could have actually waited a turn on that. And then I could get my KS out. Yeah, but it gets countered. Because if they counter it, they're gonna have mana for another one. I think it might be AFK actually. Since this is the second time priority has been passed to them, and they just spent the entire time doing absolutely nothing. But hey, I got my Priest of Forgotten Gods out. so we'll take it. Yeah, I have a feeling, a strong suspicion that they're AFK. Yep, there they go. They countered one spell, and that was it. See, Ardenvale, Isolated Chapel, Legion's Landing, Procession, Lieutenant, Helm, Tesa. I'm gonna mulligan that because it's just doesn't have enough for lands in early plays. Yeah, I'm gonna put one of these planes on the bottom. Hope I draw into an early play. Hey, somewhere. Play that tapped. Particularly before they can get any kind of counter spell else ready. Got Shrine in Castle Ardenvale. Oh boy, Tempest Gen. Minute Plains. Is this some kind of like mono blue aggro or something? Wow, that's... Those are some words I haven't had reason to use in quite some time. I get the feeling that this match is about to be over real fast. Really? Thassa's Oracle? In this? I hardly need devotion when you've got this much power. Yeah. Before I give up, I'm going to Witch of the Moors. Swing with the Linda. Which means I gain life. So at the end of my turn, they do have to sacrifice a creature. But that is not enough at all, so I'm just gonna concede. Haven't seen... It's been a hot minute since I saw any kind of blue aggressive deck. Other than maybe the blue light flyers that's in standard. Gauntlet's Shrine, Chapel, Plains, Micaeus, Basri, and Demonic Possession. Seems like a good hand. Keep that. Plains. Well, I guess it could have gone for Gauntlet's Shrine instead. Yes, good. Expend your shocks on me instead of my creatures. Chaos for 1. It's probably gonna die, but oh well. At least I get a blocker. Well, that's not good. That's not good at all. That absolutely will not do. And neither will that. Just gonna... Well, he took it down to 0-1. I mean... Unless they exile it, it's gonna be back. Especially if we get another land, which of course they didn't. I guess Iron Procession and Legion's Landing will have to be good enough. And they just straight up give up. Probably because they know that as soon as I get that 6th land, I was gonna get 2 new copies of the Knees of the Angel. Therefore, exile 2 of their non-land permanents. Chapel, Swamp, Basri, Procession, Melinda, Helm. Seems alright. Swamp. So the Chapel's gonna enter untapped. And they're playing Merfolk. Roll with Legion's Landing. Chapel and Basri. Probably gonna want to get the Ozolith out as soon as I can. Oh boy. This is why I'm not a fan of Merfolk. At least not playing against them. I'm just gonna let Bazzer die. Because I can play Olinda on my next turn. And then if nothing else, I can then have... I can jump block with the Vampire and get a counter on Olinda. Or they could just swing with a creature I can't block in the first place. That's also a possibility. Just gonna Helm of the Host and Ozolith. In next turn, I can put the Helm on something. Which means, for instance, I can make more Olindas. Just gonna put the hat on Olinda and start swinging with just 1/1 token Olindas. Ooh, that got me 2 +1/+1 counters on the original Olinda, and, you know, Vampire. Next turn, I can also Annoying Procession if I don't die. I'm going to Annoying Procession. And Heartless Act to remove 3 of those +1/+1 counters to bring that down to a more manageable size. Swing with 2 Olindas and 2 Vampires. Oh hey, I got to keep all of the Olindas. Which just means that they're better. Of course, if they can bring that River Sneak up by 3 more, they can just kill me this turn. Well, pretty much my only hope is to block there and hope that... Alright, they did not hurt me enough to... for me to die from that. Alright. Time for the Olinda squad to roll out. 5 Olindas. And if any of them die, I'll get at least 1 Vampire token. And they all survived. So I'm back up to 23 from the 3. Looks like their river sneak is in a bit of a tough spot since they can't just kill me with it. Yeah, the Olinda squad is too powerful. I'll be brought down. No, it'll be brought down with just some dumb merfolk. And also, the SDR2 music fits is rather well, given that this is sort of a classic Ixalan battle, other than the whole multiple Olindas thing. But yeah, it's vampires versus merfolk, basically. The vampires just happen to be a multitude of the same vampire. Oh, 37. 37 freaking triggers. Those on Olindas. It's just so many. Granted, some of them are from dead Olindas, whose +1/+1 counters have become part of the Ozolith. I'm sitting here at 46 now. I've pretty much won this already, it's just a matter of them giving up. Yep. They just wanted to take one last swing at me, and then they gave up. Push a puppet. Meet Plains, Lock Train, Main Swamp, Bazzery, Lieutenant. I'm gonna mulligan that. Keep that. Put the Johnny's Welcome at the bottom. It's, I don't know when I'll actually have a means of casting it. And right away there's a ginger brute. Oh. Drew a means of casting it. Well, at least I can just... Those Witch's Vengeance selecting in golems. And that'll deal with all of them at once. Not blocking that. Pop down the Ozolith and kill the dual wielding ginger brute. And now they've got another 3/3 gingerbread. Only this one's got lifelink and trample. McKay is for no 2. Gonna block with my chaos. Too late for that. It's already been blocked. Fortunately, I'm not getting any lands, so kind of running out of means to really do much of anything. Especially when it becomes unblockable to everything except creatures with haste. Right. Got another land at least. Gonna play Home of the Host because it's the only thing I can play with 3 black mana and 1 white mana. If they buff that gingerbread at all, oh, that may gain oh well, it still has a means of activating its ability. I'm done for. I get another source of white mana just for enter tapped if I don't pay 82 life that I don't have. So that's gonna be it for that match. I think I said this deck was doing pretty good. Not earlier. I mean, it was earlier before I started stream. But now that I'm playing it on stream, it's suddenly sucking. But you know, I have no evidence that it was other than my own word, or that it was ever good in the first place. Plains, Witch's Oven. Let me guess, it's Gates. Ella's Shrine, Priest of Forgotten Gods. Yep, I'm calling it now, it's Gates. Ella's Shrine, have it inner tapped. You know, just swing 1. You might as well do what I can to bring this Gates down, down as soon as I can. At least they're being slowed down by the mana base. Yeah, that will not do. The last thing I need is a Gates deck, or at least what I assume to be a Gates deck. I mean, so probably they've only played 4 Gates. Like, they've got 2 lands that aren't gates and aren't basic lands. Oh, they're shrines, actually. either way. I don't need them getting their mana base together any faster. Seeing as how that's their biggest weakness. And now they can deal 2 damage each turn. Well, each of their turns at the beginning of their upkeep. Let's just get Taste out. At least it's only 2 damage. I'm just gonna sacrifice it so they can at least get some food. Yeah, oh, now I'm gonna have to discard cards. And they've got Genesis Ultimatum off. Plus they gave them some more lands, another shrine. Just gonna get that out of the way. Native my attack. Hey, at least... Oh wait. I think I actually just screwed myself by playing that already. Yeah. Because I'm gonna have to discard my entire hand. At least got Tisa until, well, at least her next turn. Yeah, I'm managing to put a decent amount of pressure on them. Plus, having no hand makes it easier to deprive them of actually having a use for forcing me to discard cards. Oh, now they've got life gain. And all their shrine shit is activating twice because they've got 6 or more shrines. Really? You really want to draw more cards than you already are from your multitude of or multitude of shrines? Alright, go right ahead. Draw more cards. Absolutely drumroll cards. The granted still got 86 cards in those in their library, so it's unlikely they're gonna deck themselves anytime soon, but you never know. I'd say that's about enough for that match. Maybe this opponent will actually not just obliterate me. Right. Shrine, Name Plains, Lock Train, Speaker of the Heavens, Tribunal, Tesa, no Witch. I think you can keep that. Playing black. They're playing Sacrifice. Calling it now, this is a Sacrifice deck. Well, you've got Conclave Tribunal, that can slow them down. Go on, just do your thing. Y'all's Shrine, Inner Tapped. I guess I could have had it or untapped, then I could play the Priest, use Forgotten Gods, but mostly just focusing on getting the mana together for the Tribunal. Planes, making Legion's Landing to go ahead and get a Vampire. And that'll still be able to pay for the Tribunal. Exile that. That'll throw at least a small monkey wrench into their entire plan. But apparently they're playing Pack Rat. Bazoo's Lieutenant. All is a +1/+1 counter to Speaker of the Heavens. You can swing without fear of death. That's by Pack Rat. Maybe it's not. Not sacrifice. Maybe it's just rats. Mastery. +1 speaker of the heavens. And swing it. Since it's got indestructible now. So they can block with whatever rats they want. It won't make a difference. Maybe it is a sacrifice deck, because I mean, playing cards built around having your creatures die. Unwinding Procession. Pump up Speaker of the Heavens even more. Right, sure, block with your Culture Familiar. You have no means of getting it back currently. Got 3 rats now, so if they get another land, they can use the rats. That's to they get another land, they can sacrifice those 3 rats. That's to take control of one of my creatures. But I mean, if they're gonna let me murder all the rat colonies, then I'll just do that. Get the 2 new knights out of it. But simple sun counter on Bazoo's Lieutenant. And swing it. Hang with the knights. So now, whenever a creature I control, the +1/+1 counter on it dies, I get not only 2 knights from the Bazoo's Lieutenant's ability, but another 2 from getting a second copy of that trigger. Which unless they swing with fairly substantial force. So I can just get Bazoo's Emblem right now. Then swing with the tokens. And if any of them die, I'll just get 4 or 2/2 knights in their place. Well, if they get another land, they can take away one of my creatures if they don't sacrifice a rat to the Witch of the Moors. I mean, they could easily sacrifice this human soldier. But they are having to think about it awful hard. And given that they don't seem to have all that much life gain in the deck, especially life gain for on their turn, I don't know how much damage they'll be able to get out of which of them more, honestly. Especially since they still need a 4th land to even be able to do anything like that. And they just straight up conceded. Even though they were apparently in the process of making a token copy of Pack-Rat. See, that's what this deck is supposed to be doing. It's not supposed to be getting its ass handed to it by shrines. Plain, swamp, welcome, landing, Belinda, Tesa, sanctions. Seems like a decent enough curve. Plains welcome. Legion's landing. And on top of that, another Legion's landing. Oh boy. Well, at least he's gonna die soon. Like, real soon. Oh boy. Oh, at least I'm gaining a card rather than just being down 1 card. We'll go for the Priest of Forgotten Gods. Sword. And immediately Sword dies. Interesting. You have to not to attack. Darn, hey, just gained 3 life. A multitude of goats. Now at this point, gonna discard Angel Sanctions. Sacrifice a goat to that. Another plains. You know what? Swing 2 vampires and a goat. No to Davriel. sure one of them's gonna die. Like, actually, I'm just gonna sacrifice one that gets blocked. And then make another vampire. Now I have a continuous source of vampires. Okay, it's not. Remember, the opponent discards a creature card. Create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. Gonna bring Angel of Sanctions back with an embalmed creature and exile Male Rankle. And swing with 2 vampires. Did not think about the freaking mobilized districts. Yeah, I'm just gonna sacrifice that vampire. Sacrifice a goat. And I have to discard a Linda. And I lost one of my few remaining vampire, only remaining vampire too. At least as long as I can keep the vampire protection up. I've got just an infinite supply of ways to stop the Clackbridge troll from attacking me. And I'm continually gaining life in the process. As vampires give me more life, and the Clackbridge troll gives me more life. As I just keep sacrificing a vampire to it. Pretty soon, I'll also be able to start sacrificing soon I'll be able to start generating multiple tokens per turn, and therefore have more things to sacrifice. Granted, I'm also drawing them cards, but hey, they might deck themselves eventually if I keep at it long enough. Alright, I have the mana to make 2 tokens per turn rather than just 1. Which means I can start forcing them to sacrifice these own creatures. For as long as this Priest of Forgotten Gods lives. Which also they're hurting themselves. Well, well too, as to keep drawing cards and making their hand bigger. Wait, hey, I'm not gaining life of that. They're the one gaining life of Clackwood Troll. I'm just gaining life off of the tokens that has been produced. And what do they need full mana for? Absolutely nothing, apparently. Oh boy. They caught on to my plan. And are making me sacrifice more creatures. But hey, I just got another source of token generation. And I can probably just take a hit from Clackwood Troll. Like if I really need to. You know, I'm gonna even take a hit from Rankle if I need to. You know, I doubt he's gonna do much to me. Of course they've got Gary. Why wouldn't they? No, I'm not sacrificing a creature this time. You can just hit me with what you got. And I'm fucking dead. Because of another Gary. Because of course. Guess let's just keep going. Plains, Lock Twain, Witch's Oven, Basri, Tribunal, Heartless Act, Priest. I'll keep this. Gonna play Lock Twain, since it doesn't look like I'm drawing anything to keep, and it's another Shrines deck from the looks of it. It's either Shrines or Life Gain. Probably Shrines, given that they've got 4 colors. Like they've got all 5 colors and another shrine. But that shrine can go bye-bye. At least for the time being. Probably got another one. Or they could Conclave Tribunal my Conclave Tribunal. Because yo dog. gonna beef up Priest of Forgotten God so that it won't just die next turn. Learn at the beginning of their upkeep. They could blast Basri with that, yeah, but it doesn't look like they're going to. Ozolith, Heartless Act, get rid of that. Priest of Forgotten God, with a Forgotten Gods. Now they're hitting Basri for 2 damage. I mean, that's enough to kill Basri eventually if they keep at it. Swing 4. If they don't get any more shrines, then they'll still be able to kill Basri in like 2 turns. So I'm playing Basri's Lieutenant. Beef up the Priest of Forgotten Gods one more time. Now I've got something that I can block in Muldrotha with if they swing with it. Yeah, provided it doesn't get any bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna choose Basri's Lieutenant, because actually Basri's Lieutenant is a pretty good creature to block Muldrotha with already, because it's got protection from multicolor. Helm of the Host. Put the counters on Basri's Lieutenant. And they swing with an 8-9 that they can't even block. Yeah, sure, pick off individual little 2/2 knights. And sure, force me to discard from my empty hand. Case of Karlov. Now my knights need to have lifelink. They're down to 3. They're hitting me real bad. They can't do jack shit to Basri's Lieutenant, because he's got protection from multicolor, so even Calyx can't stop them. Starfield Mystic sure can't and get in the way at the worst times. You know what? I'm gonna... And of course it's not a card that will actually help me. You know, it's the worst possible card because it's an additional copy of a legendary artifact I already have on the field. Even a land would be better because at least I can put that on the field without losing having to sacrifice, having to pointlessly sacrifice all of my own artifacts. Speaker, Ozolith, Possession, Tribunal, Null Angel. Seems good. Plains and Speaker. Pay the two. New Legion's Landing and Ozolith. Really? You're just gonna do that? Oh, and because... I now have two -1/-1 counters on the Ozolith. Yes, absolutely. That was perfect. Just to... Oh, you've put -1/-1 counters on my Ozolith? Here, have them right back. Just gonna play a Priest of Forgotten Gods and +1 Speaker of the Heavens. Oh, probably actually could have sung with that. Since it had Indestructible. So unless they -1/-1 it to death, they had no means of killing it. I'll kill a couple of it. Nerve bugs now. How about you? Why are you not with the Scorpion God right now? You know what? Those who can just trade. We'll keep Bazir alive, maybe for a bit longer. possibly exactly 1 turn longer. Or at the very least I can buff Tesa up a bit. And she might be able to take out that Defiant Great Maw. Still got enough power to kill Basri, unless they opt to not attack with their full force. Yeah, that's definitely an oops. It's gotta really get some good wins in to make up for the loss of rank from losing all of those matches before. See, Lock Twain, Swamp, and a bunch of stuff that requires white mana, so no. It's not a good hand to start with. Put the Ozolith at the bottom. Speaker of the Heavens. Priest of Forgotten Gods. That's it. Penguin one. Plains and pass. Because I don't feel like. Well, I mean, I'm not sure if they'd. I have my doubts about them being very willing to. Being super willing to lose a Paradise Druid to a Speaker of the Heavens, but I mean they seem to have plenty of them. Ooh, and they've got Mirror March. That enter tapped and play Basri. Gonna pump Speaker of the Heavens and swing 2. I already do not like where this is going. Yeah. Although, I mean, they could just... They lost the very first coin flip. So they only get 1 Rapacious Dragon. And only 1 Llanowar Visionary. Well, I'll play the Lunark. For 5. Plate suddenly fell nowhere near me. Must have been balancing poorly on something. Swing with the 3/3 He's Speaker of the Heavens. Just get 1 more life, I could make an angel. Making mana for something. To making mana for a Palaka Worm. Apparently. So you get exactly one. To get one Palaka Worm, no more, no less. They've just not had any luck with the Mirror March. Bazir's Lieutenant. +1/+1 counter on Unspeakable of the Heavens. I'll put another +1/+1 counter on there. Of course, now they have a blocker that won't die, but they'll just more or less bounce off of each other. But I do have the mana to make an angel now. Oh boy, it's Crater Hoof Behemoth. Watch this be when they get just a ton of... They got one. Well, fuck. Not even gonna attempt to deal with that. Finally got the winning coin flip at just the right moment to just obliterate me. Right. Shrine, plains, landing, procession, heartless act, priest. Seems good. Plains, landing. We're playing at least 2 colors. As a at least blue and white. Maybe some kind of Esper control. Just go ahead and get that out. And ping them for 1. Birth of Melias. Get Priest of Forgotten Gods out. Glass casketing something. There's only one thing that they really had reason to glass casket. Get that wall out of the way. You can keep pinging them directly instead of bouncing off a wall. Like that Banishing Light. Definitely seems to be some kind of control. Whether it's Esper remains to be seen. Maybe at the very least blue and white. May control. Oh boy, Thassa's here. At least you don't have anything to bounce with her. You get to just keep pinging so I can get something a bit better. gonna just try and bring that down. They might have a counter spell, but it'll be worth a shot anyway. And if they had one, they didn't try. They had to use it, but they just were able to search another copy up. And I'm stuck at 3 mana. What even is this? Oh, right. I forgot V3 had a song that unironically used an air horn sound. And there goes my one creature that I've had this entire game. Alright, since I'm evidently not drawing a 4th land, I'm just gonna concede. If I just had a creature or a 4th land, I could have done something about Thassa. Unfortunately, the deck decided to screw me. So, again, I'm gonna do a BRB after this match to stretch my legs a bit, maybe get something to drink. This nice up is kind of warm, especially in August. Particularly August in the southern United States. We've got Phyrexian Reclamation. We'll get Legion's Landing out. Ozolith, Speaker of the Heavens, swing one. Maybe I should start running a Phyrexian Reclamation. It'd be pretty good to have an easy source of those to bring back my creatures with. Like, I gain plenty of life in this deck, so 2 life lot, well, this isn't gonna be that big of a deal. Oh boy. I'm just gonna let Bazzer take that damage. Swing with 1 vampire. Alright, got 2 Melinda triggers. Gonna Arceus this with 3. I'll sacrifice Melinda. Since her counters will just go on the Ozolith, and it'll get some vampires. I mean, I've got another Linda in hand. Just pop that one down. And boom. She gets her counters back immediately. Silver Smoke. No Ghoul is back. Also Smoke, I mean. Another Speaker of the Heavens. And here's Knight of the Ebon Legion. And he too gets his lifelink and a +1/+1 counter. Hey, Johnny's welcome. They're noticeably hesitant to. Looks like I spoke too soon. Block there and there. I'll just take the damage from Knight of the Ebon Legion. Well, I mean, got plenty of life gain potential from Melinda. You give all of my creatures a +1/+1 counter, then sacrifice Melinda. Get 8 1/1 vampires. Eat the 2 food tokens generated by Linda, and now I have enough to start making angels. Including an 11/11 angel. Well, it'll be even better once I get, if I can get Tesa out. I can take sacrificing 11 creatures. Sure. Gonna give each of those creatures a +1/+1 counter. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 11 counters on the obsolete. And I've still got enough life to make more angels. Of course, I just get Phyrexian and the Blarier back. Right, since it's in their graveyard now. But hey, I've got a Heartless Act in hand now, so I can just kill it again. If they don't just, they don't die quickly enough from, like actually they'll probably only get it into play one more time. Even if they kill the angel, they're still, like actually, I'll let them keep it in play. Because all I have to do is play Heartless Act, kill Bloodthirsty Aerialist, and swing 24 damage at their face. Right, like I said, I'm gonna be right back. Gonna stretch my legs a bit, and get something to drink. I'm back and ready. I need to play some more Historic. So just needed to honestly get out of this room for a little while because it's rather warm in here because it's, you know, August and this in the southern United States. My window's closed. I don't have my fan going. I need to avoid background noise, and this computer that I'm on can put out kind of a lot of heat at times. It seems like a decent sound to keep. Oh, and they're playing Life Game too. So I'm gonna play my own Soul Warden. And they're going to play another Soul Warden. Put +1/+1 counter on one of their Soul Wardens as well. Yeah, I'm not gonna let them have more Soul Wardens than me. So, granted, I've got a tougher Soul Warden now, but that's whatever. All I have to do is get a bigger or better creature than that. Breeze of Forgotten Gods. And Speaker of the Heavens. So now, each time they play a creature, they're contributing to me getting the ability to just pop out more and more angels. Well, as long as they've got the Speaker of the Heavens on the field. Granted, if I keep having to let them hit me for damage, then you know what? Bye-bye, hey, enemy Soul Warden. Just ping them for one. Sure. Doesn't stop me from activating abilities. Right. God's Shrine. Tisa Karlov. Just gonna swing to it then. Right. Well, how this turn pans out is entirely depending on what they draw. Say they didn't draw anything that can deal with Tesa just yet. Learning your Procession, Ozolith, and pass. Witch of the Moors. Soon as she enters the battlefield, it'll to gain life. So that means that they have to sacrifice a creature. Granted, I have no creatures in my graveyard yet, so And on that note, they just give up. You know, I would too, faced with that much force and probably drawing and really having absolutely worthless draws. Seeing as how they didn't play anything. And past the first like couple turns. You know, they were probably holding on to lands to give the illusion they have some kind of trick, like, or something. You know, it's no help if you can't actually do anything more than bluff. Then I'm not even sure what happened there. Did Arena glitch out or something? Because, you know, it doesn't usually just immediately go into a draw. Right, this time we've got an actual match. Or at least more of an actual match than the previous one was. Right now... Okay, there we go. It's actually giving me cards to look at. You can probably gonna mulligan this. Yeah. And this is a bit better. Put Godless Shrine on the bottom. I'm probably just gonna plains and an isolated chapel. They're playing a life gain deck. These plains. Shrine of Renewal could be pretty good. One of this deck too. It's just a matter of finding room for all these potential cards. Sword. Yeah, it's guaranteed to. There's a guaranteed trigger for the Witch of the Moors every turn. I mean, I've already got plenty that borderline guarantees that anyway. At least you'll only be playing white. You know, no black or anything. So maybe just some very by the books life gain. Just very straightforward. No fancy things like additional colors, just life gain. But then again, how much can life gain really do? by itself. Like, most of what makes life gain strong is when it's working in tandem with other colors, particularly black. In addition to, you know, white for the regular old life gainy good time. Right, they're banishing something, and it's Nosebazer's lieutenant. I think I'll get my case another counter. You know what? Angel sanctions banishing light. Not quite the beauty of banishing light, targeting banishing light, but it's close. It's interesting. It's always interesting when you just run across a random monocolor deck. Just in amongst all the multicolor. The Ozolith and swing 2. Probably start doing a bit more with my Ks. Right, that can go right back into your library. So, I mean, it's not gonna die, but gives you more time to respond. Just gonna keep up the damage. Another Ixalan's Binding, this time on the Ozolith. Hey, at least I've got ways of dealing with Ixalan's Binding. Just gotta keep the damage output up for now. Well, that's gonna make my job much harder. My K is for 6. Of course, I've got Guy Eternal back. Conclave Tribunal, targeting the Ixalan's Binding, that's exiling Angel Sanctions. Use that to exile all the Eternal Sun. Well, the Immortal Sun, I think it's its proper name. Yeah, it's the Immortal Sun, not the Eternal Sun. they're synonyms. Oh, there goes some of my token production. In place of that, I get planes. And they've got another Ixalan's Binding. Well then, I'm just gonna concede at this point. I'm just gonna get the God Eternal back, and I have no removal anymore, basically. I realized I had no permanent removal. No for it. So all I could do is maybe make them sacrifice it. Shrine, Plain, Swamp, Lieutenant, Helm, Angel, Witch. I'm gonna mulligan that actually. Get something with a bit more early game. Ozolith. Isolated Chapel. Giant's Welcome. So playing red. Red blue card draw probably. Hit two the 2 lives, like I can get Basri out. There's not even any possible targets for Basri's ability currently. Yep. Freaking called it. It's Basri's Lieutenant gives himself a +1/+1 counter, and then Basri gives him a +1/+1 counter as well. And so far they're just drawing cards. If you get to actually bring out anything that for instance, triggers on their second draw of the turn or something. And I've almost got Basri's Emblem. Unless they deal damage to him this turn, I'm gonna get his emblem. Right, so far they're still just drawing cards. Oh, maybe it's discard actually. -6. Just landing. Swing with a 6/7. Just kills Bloodrage Brawler. Gate to the Afterlife. I think it might be. I think it might actually be a discard deck. Maybe they're gonna use Godfarer's Gift for something. The opponent mill one or more cards, once I mill twice so many cards instead. Okay. Ooh, maybe that can be my second historic deck. His advisor or tribal. Got Godpharaoh's gift now. Oh, they get to. They're eternalizing stuff effectively. Oh! Okay then. Well, fuck. Was not expecting that. Was not expecting a combo that just gets rid of your entire deck in one fell swoop. Huh. So if I'm gonna build advisors, I'm gonna need at least 3 mythic wild cards. So that I can get 3 copies of that grandiloquent guy. See. No, that's definitely need a mulligan. This probably should be one too. Even though all the lands enter tapped. So probably mulligan a second time, maybe this time around. As soon as right now, got a hand I can maybe keep. Plains, Ozolith, and just gonna hope that I draw a card. Actually does something on its own. Well, so far they seem to, well, my opponent seems to be possibly AFK. Nope. It was just taking a little time. Or lagging. Okay, so they seem to be playing at least 4 colors. Calling it now, it's fucking shrines again. Either that or maybe evolve, or, well, not evolve, but no, mutate. Yeah, this is looking suspiciously enchantment-y. Like, I haven't played a single shrine yet, but I actually have no idea what deck this is. Since again, they've yet to play a single shrine, so it's probably not that. If we can just get one more swamp, though, I'll be able to start drawing cards off of one of these castle luck trains, at least. And of course, they've gotta have some bullshit. Yeah. That match was over before I even really got going. So you know what, maybe I'll just brew up an advisor uses deck real quick. Well, we got the bulk of the cards. We've got at least 3 new mythic wild cards, so format historic, not collected, advisor, and then 3 of that guy. And 4 Ashok Dream Renders, throwing in Ashok's Erasure. They're just to have a good way of maybe stopping at least one particularly strong thing. And just gonna go with just gonna see what all there is in blue that I may want to include. Ground Secrets, probably. Probably throw in a couple Frogifys. Just in case I run into any... Ooh, Last Attempt Plating could be good as well. Gotta be careful not to put too much non-advisor thing. Gotta be careful about putting in too much that isn't more advisors. Put in Leyline of the Void. Let's just see what all there is for mill. I've already got 41 cards. Cards have 60, so let's just fill the rest up with petitioners. If the curve is low enough, I can squeeze in one more petitioner. And let's just roll with this. I can just mulligan until I get the ley line. I mean, I've got about a half hour left in the stream, so let's just see how this goes. Very uncomplicated deck. No ley line. No ley line. No ley line. Since this puts me down to 4, well, this actually, yeah, down to 4, I'm gonna keep this hand. Island. Island, Island, Ground Secrets. Petitioners. Ooh. Him where it hurts, right in the Baneslayer Angel. Actually, our Dream Render. Mill summon him for another 2. And then -1 Ashiok. Oh, Nightmare Shepherd is here. Actually, they're gonna go right for Ashiok. But hey, that just gives me more time. Can't keep any milling stuff. No, from the library. No. Now's not the time for that. And they can't even try and cast it again. Because the Ashiok's erasure stops them from casting any cards with the same name. First, I'm not drawing many petitioners, so I'm probably gonna lose this one. Yep. Not sticking around for that. That's for sure. And so I was trying to get the ley line, so I could just have that on the field already, but fortunately the chance is just too slim, I guess. You know, there's only a few copies of it in this deck. Let's try again. Quite a wait time, or at the very least a bit longer than it's been for most of tonight. I think almost a whole minute of wait time. Yeah, I hope that this matchup is worth it. Oh, Orc! Whole minute of wait time just for this to happen again. Well, that was a waste of a whole minute. Oh hey, this time it even got me the opponent in less than half a minute. I'm sorry, I'm hanging out with not one but 2 Brewbacks and a Leyline of the Void. So I'm keeping this hand for sure. Island. Swamp. Petitioners. Swamp. Petitioners. Sure, turn 1 petitioner into a pie. You won't stop them all. Gonna get another petitioner. Who then gets baked into a pie again. Damn, you keep at it with the mill. Get Ashiok out. Oh boy, Cauldron Familiars here. Unfortunately, they don't have the oven so far. So not if you to gain an opportunity to do much with the Cauldron Familiar. Just gonna block there. You mill them for 1. You know what? This Enforcer can get frogified. Ooh. I hit their Share the Sky and Cathar's Crusade. It's another card I might add to No Blood and Money is Cathar's Crusade, since I can just use that to for the Knights combo. Perfect the Grandiloquent. Mill them for 8 this time. As long as I've still got Brewback out to... Now by my next turn I can just Lazotep Plating. At least if they try and target it, hit them with a single target spell. Just gonna keep milling them for 8. Now I've got Brewback. Hold on for another 2. Ground Secrets. And another 8 mil. Apparently they've still got 100 cards in their library. We'll just have to keep at it. Well, they evidently have not been getting great draws, that's for sure. Seeing as how they haven't been doing a whole lot to try and stop me. Swamp. They paid life. So clearly they very much want that land in particular. No. I am permanence I controlled will get hexproof until in return. And you mill 4 cards. And another 4 on top of that. From the petitioners. Now if we could just get a couple more petitioners, that would be great. Because then I could start milling them 24 cards at a time. They'd start going down real fast. As of that point. Well, they've got one less in this Witch's Oven. Which actually, since I've got Leyline of the Void, they can't do anything with Cauldron Familiar, really. Because they'd have to be able... Which actually, since Bruvac is an advisor himself, I don't even need a 4th petitioner, I just need a 3rd one. Jimmy Ashiok also helps. It's playing them, mill some for 4, and then another -1 mill some for another 8. Yeah, just gotta get one more advisor and they can then start milling them for 24 per turn. And the advisors make up a decent chunk of the deck too. So like, it's kind of bizarre that I'm not drawing any. I've got 20 total petitioners in here. But I've only seen 2. Well, I've seen 4. Including the 2 that got baked into pies. Elven for 8 again. We're down to 38 out of their over 100 cards. They've got 99 in exile. And they just conceded at that point. I must have gotten rid of the last potential answer. Now let's just keep going, in with this deck. Because I mean, it definitely works at least some of the time. You know, it's far from a great deck, but it's real good when it works. Sure, I would like to have the ley line, but I'll take curving into a Brewback. Island. Swamp Petitioners. We've got a Stomping Ground now. And an Ominous Seas. Perfect. Now we're both going to be taking cards out of their deck. They're going to be drawing them, and I'm going to be milling them. If I just had one more island, I could have gone ahead and gone the fourth North Advisor out. Sure, I'll sacrifice at least one petitioner out of my 20. They mill 2. Play another petitioner. Oh, they're playing shrines apparently too. And gates. They're just playing all the dumb strategies, aren't they? Which I mean, it's not like Advisor Tribal Mill is exactly a smart strategy, but which got 4 persistent petitioners out and Brewback. Sure. My lands don't have abilities other than mana abilities, because all I've got is basic lands. Right. Mill 2. Then mill 24. Just take out a whole chunk of their deck. You know, almost got enough to start milling them for 48 each turn. I just need one more petitioner. Wait. 2, 3, 4. Another 24 cards merged into the graveyard. Fortunately, I didn't draw another petitioner, so I do have the lanes, and they have more than enough mana to activate all of my petitioners. Now they're gonna get a Kraken. I mean, as long as I can protect myself from it long enough. Do another good Shark Typhoon out too. Again, all I've got to do is stay alive long enough. Just gonna activate as many petitioners as possible to maximize the mill. Why am I glad that I hit that particular card? Or that could have been the end of me right there. They could have just made me. They could have just exiled all the creatures with the even convert mana cost. Like I want to chump block with all the petitioners, but I've still got not plenty. Oh, they're going to just destroy all the non-giant creatures. Okay. Well, before you do that, how about you suck on 48 mil? I could have just gotten one more turn. Run with all those creatures. Whereas I could have one right there. If I had just gotten, depending on how long they've had that thing in their hand. Okay, I'd say that's it for that match. They're casting Omnipotence. Yeah, no. I'm not dealing with that when they've still got 44 cards left in their library. Of course, if their deck was reasonably sized, then I could. Then they'd already have been dead a while back. But some people just love to play these monstrously huge decks. Alright, an actual reasonably sized deck this time. And I got Leyline of the Void out. In the first hand. Go on. Do your thing. persistent petitioners. More petitioners. Go on. Do your thing. I think they might be AFK. Either that or they're just completely... they just have absolutely no idea how to handle old advisor tribal. Gonna play Drowned Secrets. And we're back to this. Yeah, another round of okay, sure. Bounce one petitioner back to my hand. Honestly, we're gonna end up regretting that, since I get to mill as I cast the petitioner again. So yeah, I just got extra mill off of that. Yeah, if it's something you want to keep, you might as well put it on the bottom. Remember this point. Oh goody, they're drawing cards and discarding cards. Means of drawing a card and then putting one into exile. Gonna keep up the mill. I mean, Neil's never gonna have any power. Since and I'm able to just keep even Lane Line of the Void ensures that all their cards just go straight to exile. Well, rather than hitting the graveyard, so they never have any the instants or sorceries in their graveyard. Gonna play Brewvac. We've got 33 cards left. So I think I've pretty much got this. Even if they try and kill Bruvac, unless they kill all the rest of the petitioners too, I can just tap them all, mill them for 24. Now it's not the time for network error, her game. Like now is absolutely not the time to be having a network error. Just making sure, gotta make sure that I'm still alive and it's not something on my end going wrong. Nope, I'm still alive. Just a network error on Arena's end. Okay, Arena, anytime you want to come back to functionality and let me continue playing. Well, I think please tell me you're not gonna penalize me because a network error suddenly made it impossible for me to continue playing. Now it's just sitting at the timer almost being down. Let's see if I can find any info on this online. Let's see if maybe it's down for everybody or if it's just me. In a status page monitoring, we have applied a hotfix to address some of these issues. Well, that's for June 25th. It says game, logins, matches, social, store, and forums are all operational. There won't be any maintenance until the 27th, so I have no idea what's happening right now. And no incidents have been reported for the 25th of August. It was 2020. You know, today. I'm just gonna stick it out until either Arena starts working for me again, or we reach the point of, you know, I'll give it, say, another half hour at most. You know what? I'm just gonna close and restart it and see if that works. And if it doesn't let me rejoin the match, I'll just call the stream there. It's clearly the game doesn't want to cooperate with me. I was so close to winning too. As long as I can keep a hold of those creatures for one more turn. I just hope it doesn't penalize me for, you know, leaving a match after it shed itself. Because that's not my fault. Well, you know. Alright. Guess that's it for tonight's stream. It's just over the 3 hours mark anyway. So I'm gonna find somebody to host, and thank you all for watching. Sadly, the stream kind of ended a little anticlimactically. You know, just Arena deciding to go kaput at the worst possible time. And next stream in general will be a Wednesday with Age of Wonders. Next stream of Arena. There isn't really one scheduled. Well, next Monday. Wait, actually, yeah. This Wednesday is. This Wednesday is Age of Wonders. Next Monday will also be Age of Wonders, because there's a Wednesday, September 2nd is the release date for the new Crusader Kings game, so I'll be streaming that next Wednesday night. Then I'll be beginning, I believe, got, yeah, there'll be a viewer's choice next week, but the week after it will be on Friday. Let's see who I can host. So there's a decent number of people all streaming Arena. With not a lot of viewers fact, a few new streaming historic specifically. Let's go with this person. Right, thanks again for watching. And next arena stream is, I don't know when. Probably if it gets sufficient votes on the next for the next viewer's choice stream. So this arena's the kind of thing where there's no real set end point anywhere or in sight. Like, it's the kind of game that's designed for you to keep coming back to. So I tend not to put that kind of game on like a recurring schedule, because it's gonna take up a slot in my schedule because it's got potential to take up a slot in my schedule for pretty much forever. Or at least until either I get burned out on the game, or the game just straight up dies, or I stop streaming altogether.